Alright, welcome back everybody. We're here for another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching the videos that I've posted already. And thanks for the comments. And thanks to the subscribers. I appreciate it. Today's topic is China. And I'm going to make this quick. This is not going to be a long video unless the cards see fit. But I want to ask about China. Past, present, and future of China. Right now, China is being painted as our arch enemy. And if you got half of a brain, it doesn't make sense to you because China makes pretty much everything that we and others use. In this country. We had a jumper here. So to make them out to be our enemy just doesn't make any sense. We have shifted all of our menu. Goodness. Okay, I had one fall on the floor here. I guess all the cards just gonna tell me what they want to tell me before I draw anything. What we got on the floor here? A lot of cards. My, I got 6 cards here. Alright guys, there is a pause here in the video for good reason. I usually don't pause my videos or do too much editing because I want them to come across just as I read them. But this is a different circumstance here. Now, these cards you will see in the video. These cards fell out of the deck when I was shuffling to do the reading about China, and because it was so many cards, and I have not had that happen before where I've had that many cards actually fall out of the deck while I am shuffling. Not all of them fell out at the same time, so I was like, okay, maybe that I fat fingered it or something, and I put them back and started over. But I have completed the reading, and I'm going back through and watching the video on China. And then part 2 of this video is China or U.S.-China relations. And I remembered some of the cards that had fallen out. And so I wanted to put this in here because had I understood when those cards fell out that all those cards were telling me the story, I would not have put them back in the deck. But I did. And I moved forward with the reading, and the reading told me the same thing with different cards. And I am going to do something that I've not done before, and I am going to go back through these cards that fell out because they were in the original video. And so I could see all of the cards. So the first card that came out was this card here, the Child. This card represents like naivety, innocence, childlike qualities, something starting anew, being foolish, you know, making decisions out of ignorance, things like that. That is what this card represents. And this was the first card. Now the second card here is the Distant Horizon card. Now, as I said in the video, this is a card about traveling around, exploring, looking for new adventures, represented by the different flags from different places showing where you've been and what you've done. It's almost kind of like, you know, this ship is letting you know that we are well traveled, you know, kind of like the explorers and the colonizers did back in the day, like the United States did. China has been doing the same type of thing for a long time because China is a lot older than the United States is. Well, this card came out, and as I said, this card represents things like big dreams, you know, oh, let's sail to the new land, let's travel to distant places and expand our perspective, our world view, you know, the adventurer, you know, the discover type person. But we're talking about a country, so that was their attitude. Much like the United States in their early time, or before they were the United States, they would have been the Europeans. Now, the other card that came out, and a couple of these fell on the floor when I was shuffling. Not sure which one, but this one came out, the marriage card. And the marriage card can be an actual marriage, but we're talking about a country. So this is not a marriage. This is like a merger or an agreement or contract to work together. Two entities blending together and becoming one, or contracting or engaging in some type of business deal is what this card represents here. And it is a 3 card. 3 is manifestation. That means we making things happen. And then the next card I got is the journey card. Now this card is about transportation. It's about moving around, going places. Now we already said with this distant horizon card that there was, going out and adventuring, seeing what's new, what can we discover. So this is a movement card, going somewhere, things changing. Different things, different perspectives. We're going on a journey to discover some stuff. Okay, so the journey is the last card we were looking at here. So on the journey, this is movement, this is travel, and that's what's happening here. Now the next card is toil and labor. This card is about hard work with very little to show for the hard work that you've done. And the last card is the coffin. Now this can mean a physical death, or it can mean an ending to something. It can mean a funeral. It can mean loss, any kind of loss. Something ending and not going back, because it's not possible. Just like in death, once you go, you're not coming back. It's an ending of a sort that this cannot continue. That whatever it is going on cannot continue. And that is the last card. Now, the reading itself, after I got done with the reading, this tells the whole reading right here. These cards do. I mean, almost word for word, without saying, at the early onset of their relationship here. These 2 cards are the early on relationship. And then they got into an agreement. They got into an agreement, a marriage. They came together. They did a contract. We know they did a contract. That's why China manufactures most of our goods. So they came together. 2 entities came together. They merged together in a relationship. So that's what combined them. So we're going to look at this like this. So here we are. This is what bound them. This agreement here, this marriage here, is what bound them together. And then the next card is the journey card. Transportation, moving around, going places, doing things. China was traveling here. The United States was traveling there. They were working together as a team, it appeared. And as far as we know, they were. So they were working together. Now, the journey card is the next card. This is about transportation, going on trips, traveling for business. So like I just said, pursuing new goals, all kinds of potential for new things, new relationships, new contract. But at this point, China is ready, or someone is ready. One of the 2 entities is ready for a break. They're ready to go a different direction. This is movement. So the journey card is about taking a break and going somewhere, or taking a break from whatever it is you're involved in, which could be this agreement here that was made, represented by this marriage card. So this is where they are right now. They're getting ready to move around. Now, the next card that came through was the toil and labor card. This card is how they were seen. How they were seen in the past. Labor was cheap there. Housing and how they lived was not in our mindset, and I say our as American standards. They lived very poorly. and most of the working class people did. You know, they worked long hours. There were lots of low wage workers there when this whole agreement that took place here and here began. And so that country was looked at as a place for cheap labor. And that is why so many companies, not just in the United States, but that is why so many people went there, is because labor was cheap. And so they worked and they toiled. They worked and they toiled there. And that is how the world saw them, as a place of cheap labor. But the last card we get is the coffin. And the coffin card is a ending card. A card that means once you go this way, you cannot come back. This is an ending card. That is the coffin card. That is an ending card. It's all over. It also means this cannot continue. This marriage, this agreement here cannot continue. It's over. And so if I had read these cards with the way they came out, when they came out, I would have seen that these cards were the cards I should have read. But since I didn't, the cards showed me in another way the exact same thing. So that is why I'm making this audio and video here, so that you can see that this is in fact what came out in the cards. You will see how all of this ties together. So I won't go into the rest of the video, but you will see why I decided to add this into the video, so that it would be made clear that the point is there and this is the point. So we will proceed to the next section of the video. Well, I'm not sure what I can do with this, so we're gonna just start over here. We're gonna, because that's a lot of cards to jump out at one time. So let's, if they're supposed to be here, they'll come back out again. They're supposed to be in the spread today, they'll come out again. That's a lot of cards to fall out of the deck at one time. As I was saying, we're going to ask about China, past, present, and future. Because they are being painted right now as the U.S.'s arch enemy. And depending on what comes out, I might do an addition, because I want to ask about the China-U.S. relations. Well, yep, that's one of the cards that jumped out a minute ago. It just came out again. That toil and labor jumped out a minute ago. So we got toil and labor. We know that's what China has been doing for the world for years, because labor was cheap there, and the conditions that people were forced to work under there. And we got false person. So I'm getting a picture here, and I got 2 8s. I got a 38 and I got an 8. My. All right, let's see. Past, present, and future. So past, present, and future for China. What say you, cards? Tell me about China. Past, present, and future. Tell me about China and past, present, and future. Now, the cards that jumped out is toil and labor. Now, we know that China has been toiling and laboring to make products, manufacture things for people all over the world. And the workers' rights and things like that are nowhere near like they are in the United States. So our views of working conditions and things are completely different than there. And then we got the false person. So I'm getting, just by these 2 cards, before I look at the past, present, and future, is that as the old people used to say, China has a ram in the bush. China has been wearing a mask And I think the mask and the gloves are about to come off. And I think China is getting ready to show their power and their might and their connections that I think many are probably unaware of. Now, that's just my little peanut opinion from these two cards. But let's see what the past, present, and future says. In the past, China, this is the discovery card. The explorer, kind of like the colonial type mindset, you know, discover and see, how does this operate, why do they do this, you know, trying to understand people. And if you look, this is an anchor, and if you look even further down, there's some mountains there, and the anchor is not anchored, so that means this is travel and exploring. And if you look at the sails, they've been all over the place. You get a little ribbon for where you've done, where you've gone and what you've completed. So this is a well-traveled, well-explored card. That's the past. That's what they've been doing. Currently, a journey. Currently, they're getting ready to make some moves. Now, because we're talking about a country, that doesn't mean a physical move per se, but you couple this with what they've been doing in the past. They've been exploring, acting like colonizers, going around the world, buying up things, staking their claim on things. They've got footprints on a lot of continents, and they're buying up quite a bit here in the United States. And here is the journey card. This is movement, whether physical movement, and they are probably physically moving some people and some things around that we probably are not even paying attention to. And this is the present. They getting ready to make some move, y'all. They getting ready to make some moves. And in the future position, we got a wealthy man. My. China bankrolling. That's what they've been doing. China been exploring the world and putting their money back, keeping everything on the hush. But they getting ready to come forward and show us their power, who they are. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I lost my battery right there in the middle. But, as I was saying, we haven't been seeing them for who they actually are and what they're actually capable of. So we're about to get a surprise, because the face we've been seeing in China is not the face that's actually, is not the country that's actually there. And they're about to bring that forward and let us see it. We've been thinking this has been them. But they getting ready to come through and show us who they are. Because in the future, I get the wealthy man card. They're about to show us who they really are. And like I said, in the past, they've been riding around, checking things out, keeping everything on the hush, so that we would not know exactly what is going on until it is upon us. And it is upon us right now. And they are going to show us their might, their wealth, their connections, because who we thought they were is not who they are. This is who we thought they were. But they about to show us this is who they are. And like I said, this card right here is a card of movement. And that card of movement is going to show us that they are getting ready to move from this movement card. They getting ready to make a move and move from this imagery that we think that we are here in this country and around the world think that they are, into this. They are going from here to here. So all I can say is watch out. Keep your eye on China, because they are not playing. Because the move is being made right now as we speak. So keep your eye on China, y'all. I'll come back and do another one. But before I go, let's do this. I said I wanted to see what the China-U.S. relations are going to be like in the future. So I'm going to pause right here and come back, and we're going to do that. Alright guys, we are back. We're going to do this second part about China. China-U.S. relations. The first part of the video was about China in and of itself. This one is going to be China And actually, let's use the same deck. China-U.S. relations. With the same deck that we just used. And here's the next part. All right. China-U.S. relations. China-U.S. relations. Tell me about that past, present, and future. China-U.S. relations. All right. What say you cards? What say you cards? China. Past. Present and future. China relations. So in the past, the U.S.-China relations were, here's that same card again, we just got this. But we're asking about the U.S.-China relations. So the U.S. was doing exactly what China is doing right now. Wow. What is the present relations for U.S.-China relations? A privileged lady. Wow. The current relations between U.S. and China is a privileged lady. So the U.S. has been operating in the essence of a privileged lady. That's what the relations have been like between the U.S. and China. And in the future, a gift. So in the future, China or either the United States is going to give one or the other a gift. And a gift is usually something unexpected. Let's drill down on that. What is this gift? I'm going to use this other deck here. Clarify these cards. Clarify this gift. Clarify this gift in the future with regards to the, well, there goes a card, with regards to the U.S.-China relations. And we got conversation. There are some talks going on. Something is being, okay, what else you got? Clarify this further. Clarify this gift. Clarify this gift. Clarify this gift. Oh my. We get the service card. Oh wow. Oh wow. There are conversations or talks in the works. Because for China right now they are, well, for China they were exploring and traveling around colonizing. In the past, that was the United States and other European nations were traveling around and collecting ribbons from the places where they had traveled. They never really put a solid anchor down. They were just traveling around, looking and seeking. And they were operating in the present with like a privileged lady. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about. Walking around privileged, like just because I am who I say I am, you should treat me a certain way. I'm not going to go into that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So the present relationship between the United States and China has been that of a privileged woman. Because my last name is this, you treat me this way. Or if I have money and I have name recognition like a celebrity, then you treat me this way. But if I don't have name recognition, I don't have money, and my last name isn't this way, you could give a shit's less about me. And that's what we're talking about here with this privilege. That word's being tossed around quite a bit nowadays, so y'all know what I'm talking about. And in the future, there will be a gift offered. And you see it being handed in the hands. And look at how the pretty paper is glistening. And look at the background here. This is a nice home. This is not a little, shanty shack anywhere. And these are not hard-worked hands. So this is a gift being offered from somebody with some status and some wealth. And I asked for clarity on that, and I got the conversation card. So there are some talks about service. Does that mean the role of the United States and China are going to flip? Oh my. Now that would be interesting. But there is some talk about it. Oh my. Now, when you put these two together now, I'm looking here. Now, a gift is going to be offered. The final verdict is in. This card is a final verdict has been decided. The conversation has been had. The decision has been made by those in authority. They have weighed the options. They've weighed the options, the good and the bad in the situation. And we're talking about the U.S.-China relations in the future. So the U.S. has been put to the test. China has been put to the test. And the decision has been made. So acceptance to how to move forward. The final decision has been made. The decision has been made by the powers that be. Because here's the gift. Like I said, these are money hands that are handing this out. These are money hands handing this out. These are good manicured hands. And a very nicely wrapped gift. So these people here are of authority, and they've made the decision to present the gift. And there will be, the conversation is about service. The conversation is about service. So who's going to be the servant? Well, my. Now, I mean, I don't have any reason to say one way or the other, but we're looking at the United States going down the tubes, the appearance that it's going down the tubes. We don't know what we're doing here. So the conversation here is about authorities making a decision and a final verdict. And here we have the service card. So is this saying, now I'm asking a question here. Is this saying that the conversation has been had and the final verdict has been made? My. On how things will move forward. And it will move forward with China being the hand that is offering the gift to the United States to be of service to them. And not the way it has appeared to be for so many years, decades, that China was of service to the U.S. Oh my, I think I see a crossing or a changing of the guard. Now, I thought this was going to be a short video here, but, and this card is a card of business. Doing service for money. So this is being of service in a business role. So I think this card is telling me the roles are getting ready to switch. Oh my. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's go a little bit further here. Okay, so I see a conversation has been had. A decision has been made about the good and the bad, or the pros and the cons of this situation. And the situation has been determined that one or the other is going to be of service to the other. And a gift is being offered. So clarify the conversation and the service. So in exchange for this gift, a decision has been made for one of these countries to provide service to the other. Which means, in the first part of the video, China was seen as the working and toiling, you know, the working class people. And, wow, China was going around and checking things out. So I think there's about to be a guard switch here. What say you, cars? Clarify on this conversation and service. What else can you tell me? A young woman. What is the young woman doing? The young woman is bringing some information in. Whether by email, by phone, there's some communication coming in. We already know there's a conversation here. And that information is about haughtiness, being too proud, being arrogant. And not wanting to change, constancy. What is the decision? Who is this? Somebody old, been in the game a long time, well studied, well learned. What is the outcome? This soldier. Now this is a soldier. This can indicate, oh, there's some conversation. Could be the outcome, could be some fighting, some war of some kind. But at the end of the day, a gift will be offered. The decision has been made who will be of service to the other. And I'm not going to call it because I'm not sure. But it's looking like there is going to be a fight over who will service who. And I got the sneaky suspicion that the service country is not going to be China. The service country will be the United States. Alright, I might come back and revisit this again on this video. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Could it be that the American people go into a worker bee role in manufacturing and working in sweatshops like they've done so long in China? And that will become the lifestyle in America, and China will take the lead in the world? Because currently that is the role of the United States, so I don't see this being China right here. And if this is the United States right here, then China is going to offer a gift. In the future, a gift is going to be offered. Would the United States offer a gift for China to stay in a servitude type role? But whatever the decision is, whether it's China or the United States, the decision, according to this card right here, has been made. The verdict has been made. All of the pros and cons have been considered. And the service is what this gift is paying for. This gift is paying for this service. Here's the verdict. Here's the action about this is the action that the verdict is being made about, which is service. And here is the gift that is being offered for this service. And there could be a battle about it. or some type of conflict about it. Well, I'm going to end it there, guys. As I say in all my videos, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. These are my interpretation of the cards and my opinion. I appreciate you watching, and I hope everybody has a great and enlightened day. And I will see you next time.